Once upon a time, in the magical land of Lollipop Land, there lived a group of mischievous little fairies known as the Sugar Sprites. These tiny fairies were responsible for creating all the sweet treats in Lollipop Land, from the gummy bears to the cotton candy clouds. However, the Sugar Sprites had a big problem. Every day, they noticed that their precious sugar and candy supplies were disappearing. At first, they thought they were simply misplacing them, but after a while, they realized that someone was stealing from them. The head fairy, Queen Taffy, called a meeting with all the Sugar Sprites to discuss the situation. "My little fairies," she said, "we have a serious problem. Our sugar and candy supplies are disappearing, and we must do something about it. We cannot let this continue." The Sugar Sprites were very worried. Without their precious sugar and candy supplies, they wouldn't be able to create the delicious treats that kept Lollipop Land happy and sweet. "Well, what are we going to do, Queen Taffy?" asked one of the Sugar Sprites. "How can we catch the thief and stop them from stealing our supplies?" And thought for a moment. Then she had an idea. "I think it's time for us to seek the help of the Sugar Patrol," she said. The Sugar Patrol were a group of brave and fearless children who had been appointed by Queen Taffy to protect Lollipop Land from mischief and trouble. The Sugar Sprites flew to the village of the Sugar Patrol and explained the situation to them. The children were eager to help, and they immediately set out to find the thief. They searched high and low, but they couldn't find any clues. Then, one day, as they were walking through the candy cane forest, they stumbled upon a trail of candy wrappers. They followed the trail, and it led them to a little cottage at the edge of the forest. The cottage belonged to a little boy named Timmy, who had always been known for his sticky fingers. Timmy loved sweet treats more than anything else, and he couldn't resist the temptation to steal them whenever he had the chance. The Sugar Patrol knocked on Timmy's door, and when he opened it, they saw that his pockets were filled with candy and cookies. "Timmy, we know what you've been doing," said one of the Sugar Patrol members. "You've been stealing from the Sugar Sprites, and that's not right." Timmy looked ashamed and guilty. "I'm sorry," he said. "I just can't help myself. I love sweets so much, and I always want more." The Sugar Patrol members explained to Timmy that stealing was never okay, and that it hurt the Sugar Sprites and the entire land of Lollipop Land. Timmy felt terrible for what he had done, and he promised that he would never steal again. Queen Taffy and the Sugar Sprites forgave Timmy, and they were grateful to the Sugar Patrol for catching the thief and stopping the thefts. From that day on, Timmy learned to control his sweet cravings, and the Sugar Sprites made sure to share their treats with him so that he never had to steal again. The Sugar Patrol continued to watch over Lollipop Land, making sure that everyone knew that stealing was never okay. And as for the Sugar Sprites, they never had to worry about their supplies disappearing again, because they knew that the children of Lollipop Land would always protect them and keep their land sweet and happy.
In this story, we teach to help each other. Thanks for watching, you guys, and please hit subscribe button.